I'm Randy Lively with
Paul Perry. What do you think, Randy? Busy week? Past week, huh?
yeah.
Stuff. I even took my notes. I got notes.
Not me.
Oh, I got.
How come you got? Was that a Brooklyn Dodger?
Yeah. As you can see the back.
Oh yeah.
1955.
So what'd you think of the deal?
I think. I mean, I took my notes. I think the Red Sox. We all know they unloaded all their money. I think that was their main objective to do, is to get rid of that big payroll. James Loney, very good defensive ball player for the Sox. He'll be for the Dodgers and the Sox. The other guys, nobody knows much about them, but you're going to pick up this kid, a pitcher. You get a young pitcher. Remember what I said about...
yeah, it was going to take a couple of years.
Yeah, but I remember on a show again about 3 weeks ago, I mentioned that why doesn't anybody trade with the Dodgers in their farm system, because they always have pitching?
Yeah.
We didn't have any input on this. I mean, it was no secret. I commented on that, and
yeah.
That's what they did. And it looks like the Red Sox got hoodwinked on the ball players, on paper. But it's way too early. I mean, these kids are 24, 23, 24, and 25.
Yeah. One of them was the supposedly second-rated pitcher in the Dodgers farm system.
DeRosa, yes.
No, the other one. Weber.
Webster? Oh, Alan Webster.
They think he's got a better upside than the other one.
Well, I'm going to not dispute you today, because I looked it up, and I didn't show him as a pitcher. I showed him as... I think what I looked up was wrong.
He started out as a infielder.
Okay, because I think what I found on the web was wrong. Okay, so yeah, with Alan Webster, they got him. They got Jesus Jr. His father used to play for Montreal back. He is a kind of a...
He's a utility player.
He's just a utility. He should never be a Hall of Famer. He's a baseball player.
If he turns out to be a useful utility player that can hit 250 and field the ball, they're always, you need one of those guys.
Yeah, and the other player, the two that named later was this Jesus and this kid named Jerry Sands. Yeah. Nobody knows who I do.
Yeah. As
you know, I'm a Dodger fan. I've been following the Dodgers for a long time, but in the last 2 years, the Dodgers have given this kid Sands. He's an outfielder. Mm. They've given him a chance. Last year he played. He was up a half a year. They gave him I look at what the Dodgers did with this kid Sands was the same way Tito did with Pedroia. He liked him, and they played Pedroia, and he turned out the way he is, right? Well, the Sands kid for the Dodgers, they have done the same thing. Now, maybe the Red Sox, they didn't just say, give me this kid, give me this kid. They had to do their homework too.
You'd hope.
I think all these guys do the homework. The guys that don't do the homework is our reporters.
Well, the reason why, what is it, De La Rosa?
Yeah.
Is in the player to be named category.
Yeah.
Because Toronto's were asses about it, and they claimed him. So they had to...
My kids' flight thing information instead of the notes they took.
So they had to... Good.
They're in the car.
So they had to pull him back, and they got to wait till the season's over.
Right.
Before you can become Red Sox property.
Maybe Sands too, because I mean...
There's two players to be named.
Sands is the other one.
Yeah.
The kid I'm talking about. I think overall, because I looked at their ages, the oldest one is Loney.
Yeah.
And I think the Red Sox, out of the number of ball players they got rid of that payroll, that they're all, you can't have both ways now. Don't complain now that you didn't get what you don't think, and not you in particular, but don't complain that the Red Sox fans, that they didn't get anything for these superstars that they unloaded.
They completely fleeced the Dodgers.
Yeah, if that's the way you look at it now, you bring that
up.
That's
not the way I look at it. It's the way it is.
No, well,
I give the Dodgers 2 years before they're crying and pissing and moaning.
They could turn out in 3 or 4 years, we'll say, you said 2, 3 or 4 years turn out to be what the Red Sox are going through right now. They could be. But there's one thing we over here in the East Coast do not see that in the West Coast they do. Do you know how many baseball teams that are just in the Los Angeles area that are fighting for notoriety and exposure, and including your favorite team, which is the baseball team, is your LA Lakers? You got 4 baseball teams. You got San Francisco Giants, you got the Dodgers, they're next door to each other.
Yeah.
You got Anaheim, the Angels, and you got San Diego. You got 4 baseball teams, and I don't know the miles, what, couple hundred miles?
Yeah.
Couple hundred miles? We in New England, the Red Sox only have to keep. There's only one professional baseball team in New England. Yeah. The closest is New York. So in the Los Angeles area, this trade I think, has a lot to do with everybody's out there fighting to be #1 in all the sports. Meaning, when I mean #1, not only #1 in their sport, but #1 in the area. And I remember the statement a few years back, and this is a statement that I remember these things. Jerry Remy said on the air, and it was when the Dodgers were in town. They've been in town 2 times in my life, and both times I was fortunate to go. 2004 and I think 2007.
Good. So whenever the Dodgers come, the Red Sox win a World Series. Hopefully they'll be back soon.
You know, you're right, because that year that I went to St. Louis, I went to 2 games that year, and I went to see the Cardinals play that year, and that was the year the Cardinals got in the World Series to beat the Sox. The Toulouse Sox, excuse me. What I was getting at is...
yeah, what were you getting at? I know what you're getting at.
What was I getting at?
They're trying to put fannies in the seats.
What?
They're trying to make the team interesting to get people to attendance.
Yeah, but I was trying to... Oh, Jerry Remy.
Oh, yeah.
During the broadcast, somebody made a mention about Brooklyn. As you can see my hat. I'm a Brooklyn Dodger fan since I was a kid, and I happened to stay with the Dodgers. It was hard to follow them when they went to LA, but nowadays with computers, no problem. Jerry Remy made the comment, why don't those people just give it up? It's been a long time. He's right. He's right. But you know why he said that? And I don't care. Why he said that? He played for the LA Angels or the Anaheim Angels at the time, and they were second rated to the Dodgers all the time. So he resents anything with the Dodgers. And if you listen to his tone, I'm telling you, his tone was, you know, well, I mean, you know, these big guys, you know, why don't they get over? They left Brooklyn years ago. It was a resentment of the Dodgers itself.
Well,
so that's the mentality out in California.
Yeah, but when he was with the Angels were crap.
They were the dirt at the time, yes. There's no 2 ways about it. They didn't even know what they wanted to call themselves. One year they were Los Angeles, and
well, they're
years
still
later
doing
they were Anaheim.
Now they're what, Los Angeles, the Angels of Anaheim?
Right, that's right. But that's part what the way his attitude is, that's the way the people are out in California now. I mean, we think we have a rivalry, which you do, the Red Sox and the Yankees. But that's all we got in baseball, the Red Sox and the Yankees. Out there, you know, those 4 teams are fighting, won't even call the West Coast. I mean, you got Seattle.
Oh, yeah, but half those people, they show up because it's the thing to do. You know, they probably come in 3rd inning and leave in the 7th.
That's the reputation they have. And it's hard to get rid of it because it's been there forever.
If there's good surf, you know, they're not at the...
But, as we see right now, I see a lot of empty seats at Fenway Park.
Well,
and you hit it. You said it. You said it. You were right about the LA fans, at least the reputation, and I know that they, you know, status and all that stuff. They have their core, but they have a big stadium. If they only had 30,000 people that they could fit 30 to 40, like Fenway, Maybe they have 30 to 40,000 that are loyal. Okay, I'm just saying that. I'm saying maybe. But the Red Sox are proving it right now, and I've said it right along. The year's all wiped out. Nobody's going to go to those games. On paper, it's a sellout. The newspaper people are even not that. No, never mind me.
Well, it is a sellout.
On paper, it's just like they say, figures don't lie, figures do lie. And that's just it. Because the ticket holders, meaning not season ticket holders now, ticket agencies, and we've gone through this, Randy.
Yeah.
They're the ones, they've got the tickets, they just can't unload them. So, yeah, on paper, like I say, even the newspapers have not that sellout.
Right.
So it's not it's a sellout on a technicality that every ticket is sold, but not, people aren't going to the game. That's what I'm talking about.
Well, it wouldn't be much different in any other city if the team,
no, Boston is such a great, Boston is a great supporter for your Red Sox. That's all I ever hear. No, and I've said it right along. When they lose or they have a bad year like this year, you're going to see the small core of fans that go, the season ticket holders, they spent their money.
Yeah, there's not a lot of holes in the stands. I mean, they're still
Oh my God, how do they fit? 40,000 maybe at the tops now? I mean, you know,
Well,
I mean,
if
don't hold it to the exact 40,122. Say 40 grand is 100 as an answer. $40,000 for crying out loud. You go down south and you get high school football games, you get 40,000.
Well, yeah.
Well, it's the same mentality.
Yeah, well, no. I mean, they're also marrying their cousins. I mean,
Yeah.
Jesus.
This time, yeah, we're not getting back to that.
But
so yeah,
I think the Dodgers got hoodwinked.
Fine, and only time's going to tell.
Fine, that's it. You're just going to lay down.
No, I'm not going to lay down because I don't think they got hoodwinked.
Well, good.
Because I can't judge on the trade. The trade, we've gone over the trade. That's it. It's like anything. You know, how many times people say, well, see me in 2 years and I'll tell you if you're right.
I tell you what, if none of those 5 minor leaguers pan out,
right,
the Dodgers still got hoodwinked.
And if the Dodgers turn around in the next 5 years, 5 years.
5 years?
5 years total and win 2 World Series.
Oh!
Well, that's what the Red Sox did. If the Dodgers get into the World Series this year, they want to. If they don't, that's not their goal. Their goal is starting, they'd like to get in this year. I'm just telling you, Randy.
Okay.
Yeah, you know, they got a nucleus now, a good ball club. Don't give up on Crawford.
No, he could be okay.
You say hoodwink.
He might have a hard time cracking that out.
The only 2 hoodwinks I agree with you on there, with you, because I know how you are, is the money.
Yeah, they got
the money in Beckett. Other than that, the Dodgers haven't been hoodwinked. The money in Beckett.
Maybe.
Gonzalez, not going to hurt him. Gonzalez not going to hurt him.
They're stuck with
Punta is not going to hurt him.
Well, Punta, he ain't going to be there.
He's not going to hurt him. He was a throw-in. So I remember a guy named Mike Lowell who was a throw-in a few years back. Well, and the Red Sox ended up...
I don't think you need to worry about Punta being the MVP.
No, but I think you can put him as a category as a good utility man. No, and he's been with other teams other than the Red Sox.
The reason why they forced Lowell on the Red Sox was because of his salary.
Yeah, same thing, money.
Well, it's not the case with Punta.
No, but he's a decent ball player. He's a utility guy.
He's one of...
Right. But the hoodwink is the biggest thing you're basing it on is, I know you hate Beckett.
I don't hate
Hey, the guy pitched the other night. Did you see it?
No, I didn't watch it.
No, did you read it?
He won 5 2/3.
And give up 3 runs. And Dodgers got no runs. I don't care if he pitched a no-hitter or in the shutout.
Yeah, well, they ended up losing 10-0.
He didn't lose 10-0.
No.
His relief has lost 10-0.
Right.
He gave up 3 runs in 5 2/3 innings, which is almost 6. It isn't 6. 5 2/3. Yes, his first batter, he gave up a home run. But so did Gonzalez hit a home run his first time up. So it happens.
Yeah, but I mean, 3 runs in 6 innings, not a big deal. I mean, what's that ERA? About 5? Man, ain't nothing to write home about.
He'll be fine. It's the first time he's pitched in the National League. You just don't like. It's being recorded. We'll see, but you can't. How can you judge something?
He only throws like 91.
He's in the National League right now. For one, the National League doesn't even have 9 batters up at a time in a lineup. They don't have 9. They're lucky if they have 8. Usually it's 7. Okay?
Yeah,
well. No.
Okay.
That's baseball. It's 2 different kinds of baseball.
I know they have some bigger ballparks.
I wasn't even throwing that in there, but if you want to throw it in there.
But if he keeps serving up meatballs all the time,
yeah,
it's not going to matter.
Well, Colorado was a heck of a place to start, seeing that you and I could probably put one out of Colorado with that win. It really was. But that was the only home run he gave up. He only gave up 2 other runs. And I don't know how anybody, including you, can just say he's not going to work out. I mean, I'll give you another personal example.
There's nothing to indicate that anything is going to be any different for him.
Time.
He's not going to all of a sudden start throwing 5 or 6 miles an hour fast.
I watched the game the other night, and he looked quick on the mound. I'm talking with his throwing the ball. I'm not saying to speak, because I don't know. I'm talking, I watched on TV, I watched the highlights, and he was throwing some nice hooks, just like Lester has been lately.
Okay.
So,
you know what?
But you guys just knock them.
You don't have any rose-colored glasses on, so you've got to take that Dodger blue blindfold off and see things the way they are.
Why should I do that?
So you can see clearly.
Why should I do that when the Red Sox people are just as bad as me, if not?
Well, I'm talking about with you right now.
Well, I'm talking, yes, everybody knows that. I've never hidden, and until you just met me, I've never hidden any place I've ever been in my few years of life that I haven't been a Dodger fan. Yeah. I go to football games and broadcast football games, hockey games. Everybody in the hockey rink knows I'm a Dodger fan. I don't hide that, just like any Red Sox fan doesn't hide it. So it just happened they made a trade with the Dodgers, that's all.
It's just that I feel bad for you.
Well, good.
Because your favorite team got totally screwed in that deal.
No, we'll see in 2 years. Yeah. And if I'm not working with you in 2 years, and good or bad, when I come back, we'll have a special appearance, good or bad. 2 years from now, 2014.
Gonzalez is a quality player.
Yeah.
No question about it. The problem is, he's still tied up for like 6 or 7 years. The guy's already in his 30s. Now, by the time you get, 3, 4, 5 years down the road, he ain't going to be what he is today. But you're still paying him a ridiculous amount of money.
Like you and I said too, and all professional sports want, especially the big markets, instant success. Okay? Maybe the Dodgers are looking for just instant success in the next 2 or 3 years.
Crawford, how's he even going to crack that outfield? You got what, Kemp out there?
Well,
you got Ethier.
Kemp got hurt last night.
All right, but
ran into the wall.
Let's assume he's he's
healthy. You got Kemp, you got Ethier, there's 2 right there.
Yeah.
And then the third one has always been kind of a flip of a coin. They don't have it as staff. No, the third one right now.
So where does this guy play?
Right now, if he was healthy right now, he'd be in left field.
Crawford?
Yeah.
So
because Ethier's in right and Kemp's in center. Right. I mean, and other than
he might be able to do that.
Yeah. But he's, you got to give.
No, I would be
different
surprised.
Definitely a different area is going to help.
I would say Crawford potentially can help because we saw a little bit this year of the way he used to be with Tampa.
Well, different city. Tampa had a lot less pressure, even though they had good baseball teams.
So won't it be in LA?
Yeah. Yes, definitely.
But,
yes, definitely.
I mean, you get away from Philly, Boston, and New York, and I don't think the pressure is anywhere near the same.
No. They say that in those cities like LA and San Francisco, but when they leave, it's not like you said.
But the problem is, Crawford has got, 7 more years at 20-something million bucks. I mean,
well, there again,
so I mean, it'll work out if they win a World Series in the next year or 2.
Well, I give them 3.
Because if they don't win it in the next year or 2, I
give
think
them 3.
they're going to be pissing and moaning about. They can't move these players because of the money.
They might lose it. They just let them go.
Red Sox were lucky enough to find
Yeah.
a team that was
But
stupid
I don't-
enough to take all that salary off their hand, plus give them a few minor leaguers at the same
The,
time.
the only reason I'm just saying, the only reason I'm saying I don't feel they're hoodwinked, I believe I'm the type of guy that says, I have to see, show me.
No,
Well, give me a couple years, and then if you can, 2 years, I said, August, what month is it, August 2014? If we're doing it together, fine, if not, before Labor Day in 2014, we'll come back and we'll discuss the trade that would happen in 2012. Other than that, what else you got?
You know what, in 2 years, I'm gonna have a hard time I mean, you know,
I was surprised you showed up on time to
I,
actually.
no, I mean,
record.
you know, my memory is, you know, I go in about 5-minute increments,
Yeah.
you know,
Don't worry about it.
so,
You got still.
in 2
usually
years,
when
I'll
you
be
go-
going, what trade?
Usually the way it happens is it's after 65. That's
So
when
they
you
hear,
start.
they put Dice K on waivers after.
That was on my list. I was gonna ask you, what you think, now that,
I
that,
can't see anybody picking them up.
no, but I think that's also the Major League Baseball, I guess that's one of those ploys. They put them on to see if anybody wants
But
them.
they can pull them right back.
Yeah, and they, yeah, I mean, they put them out, somebody all of a sudden, a little nibble on them.
Oh, they do this all the time.
Oh, that's what I'm saying, it's a ploy, it's a ploy. But that was on my list before they did it, to ask you, what do you think the future of him and Ortiz are next year? Your personal.
Ortiz, I don't know. If I was Charrington, if I could sign Dice K for short money, because let's face it, he can't be saying, well, geez, I deserve a raise. I mean, you know,
Right,
that's
correct.
out of the
He
question.
just needs a job.
We'll
He
give
could
you-
lose his job.
We'll give you 1 year
Yeah,
for, pick a number, $3 million.
right, exactly, yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
He could be, I think, in his big, if he can stay healthy, a very serviceable fifth, maybe even a fourth starter. So if they could get him cheap, I'd keep him.
Okay,
Because I don't see anybody else on the horizon that would fill that role
yeah,
any better. Cook, I'm not sold on.
Ortiz.
Ortiz, well, you know, I think he lost some of his bargaining chips because of this injury with
Yeah,
other teams.
yeah.
Because he wants a multi-year contract. And
Do you think he lost any faith with the Red Sox organization by being in the middle of this turmoil? He makes little comments that I pick up.
you know, every once in a while,
You know, he'll throw it now. That do you think he should come back and one-on-one with whoever he feels hurt, whoever he thinks he might have hurt their feelings in the Red Sox organization, and said, look, I've been just very frustrated this year. I really want to come back to the Red Sox. Can you forgive what I did in the month of June, July?
I don't think he's gonna say that.
Then my personal opinion,
You know, I know you want his ass
yeah, I want to
out.
know. Okay, but I asked you first.
The thing is,
I was just giving him an out, that's all
his
I was.
damn bat is hard to replace.
Yeah, it is, yeah,
And-
Loney's not replacing it, I can tell you that.
You know, 3 years ago, you know, I would have been packing his bags and helping him carry out. Somehow, he turned it completely around.
Yeah.
He's hitting lefties, he can get around on a fastball again.
Well, didn't he have a little weight problem back a few years ago, though, that they kind of,
Well, he was heavy.
they let him get away with it, and yeah, that could have a lot to do with it, the
Well,
weight and
well,
the age, now, I
well,
mean, the older.
Same with Beckett, he put on the pounds.
Yeah, no.
Too much of that chicken at the end of the game.
Well, Boggs ate a lot of chicken, didn't hurt him.
Yeah, well, he ate healthy chicken.
Oh, well, he didn't have the chicken flick there?
Yeah. But, him and his mistress that he had, very
Yeah, right,
safe.
yeah, and he willed the guy who pulled a knife on him in a restaurant.
Oh, yeah.
He willed him to disappear.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Well,
Then his wife ran. over.
Only in America.
Yeah.
Go
But,
ahead.
Ortiz, if he's shut up, he ain't gonna though. He can't help himself, I don't think. Sooner or
That's
later,
right.
he's gonna, out of the blue, come up with some stupid off-the-wall thing. So you can pretty much figure that's gonna happen.
Yeah.
But I still can't see going more than 1 year.
And that's, he doesn't want that.
But I don't know who else, you know, I don't know. You know, I say, I don't know who else would give it to him. Well, I never thought the Dodgers would take all
That's
of
right.
that salary
See,
off
you
the Red
know,
Sox.
these executives, they work a lot of, they do a lot of behind the scenes. And
But there's
I have no player
The
either,
Yankees
but,
might do it just to piss off Boston.
yeah, but I don't have a player either. No, we got about less than 5 minutes.
Yeah, I got this thing.
I gotta watch the clock, like I told you too.
Good for you.
If you want a half hour wise,
Good for you.
about a half an hour,
Right.
yeah.
Keep going.
But you usually can shop and find someone in the National League.
No.
Yes, in the National
What you
League.
gonna do there?
You got,
can't play
I'm talking
first
about,
base.
DH.
There is no DH in the National League.
No, you missed what I said. You can find a player in the National League who can't handle the fielding anymore, and he can play a DH. In the American League, look at Dunn for the White Sox.
He's hitting 204.
He's got a heavy bat with his
Oh, I know,
runs.
he's leading the league in home runs.
Come on,
I got him on my-
he's a National League player.
I got him
He's
on my...
he's a National League player. He comes to the American League basically as a DH.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. Is I'm throwing out there.
White
You
Sox.
say there's nobody. The reason that you say there's nobody right off your head is you're looking at the American League people.
Well, I don't know who's gonna be a free agent.
Well, there again,
The big name out there is Josh Hamilton, but I'm not sure they wanna go. It's gonna take a boatload of money.
No, I wouldn't go that way. I'm saying just these guys right now.
All right.
Say the Red Sox. We'll go in about less than a second minute. The Red Sox are looking into this already, saying they get the plan. Plan A, he signs.
Well, we don't know.
Plan B, he doesn't sign.
Well, we don't know.
Let's go after
I'm
somebody
not
now.
sure they're done making internal moves.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
But let's pick this up when we come back.
All right, go ahead.
Okay, because we got a ways to go yet. So we're gonna take a very short break, shorter than the last couple of weeks. So, stay with us. We'll be back in
Minute and a half.
2 minutes tops.
Right.
So, we're gonna continue the discussion. If we have any time, maybe we'll get into the Patriots a little bit as well. So, see you in a bit.
Good, say
Coca-Cola Bottling Company of Cape Cod is proud to support Community TV. Some of the refreshing and satisfying products offered by Coca-Cola are Coke, Diet Coke, Coke Zero, Sprite, Fanta, Dr. Pepper, and Moxie. 125 years and still teaching the world to sing.
Kinlan Grover Real Estate sells and lists more property than any other real estate company on Cape Cod and is pleased to support community television and the Dukes of Sports.
Heritage Floor Covering supports community television and is located in Heritage Park off Route 130 Sandwich. When you look down, we look good. Carpet, vinyl, tile, and laminates. Sales, service, and installation with 40 years experience.
The Sagamore Inn, 1131 Route 6A in Sagamore, is happy to support community television. We are open for lunch and dinner every day and specialize in Italian-American cuisine, fresh native seafood, and specials.
Sandwich Animal Hospital, 492 Route 6A in East Sandwich, is pleased to support community television. We are accredited by the American Animal Hospital Association and offer surgery, dentistry, general, and preventative care. Appointments are available Monday through Saturday, 508-888-2774. Feel free to visit our website.
Sandwich Car Wash is easy to find on Route 130 Sandwich near Coca-Cola, 1.5 miles off Route 6, Exit 2. Save even more with our 1 or 3 month passes for unlimited state-of-the-art washes. We invite you to visit our website, sandwichcarwash.com, open daily.
Hey, we're back. I hope you enjoyed hearing about and seeing about our great underwriters. And pay attention to them. They're fine businesses that not only support us, the Dukes of Sports, but Sandwich Community TV and Community TV in general. Great places. You know, you get your car wash, go out to eat at Sandwich Inn, Sagamore Inn, great flooring, a heritage floor, so on and so forth. So, again, thanks. So, we're still talking about the Red Sox.
Yeah, what more do you want to talk about?
well,
I don't mind jumping to the Patriots.
What do you think, though?
ahead. You must have
Do you
something.
think they're gonna, make any more major moves now? Are
Well-
they gonna go for, re-up in Ellsbury? Are they gonna take your little friend Pedroia and make an example out of him?
No, I think Pedroia is safe. I just didn't like what he did, and I think Pedroia knows he might have stepped his bounds a little bit.
So you think they should at least put him over Charrington's knee and give him a spanking, or what?
I think Pedroia knows what he did, and I think it's
Well, I
done.
think somebody should grab him
I think he's been spoken to already.
by the throat and say, look, you little peckerhead. You know?
I think in the chain that he's been told that we want you, but we can't have these disloyalty. It's actually, to me, stuff like that is being like disloyal.
Yeah, but who's the leader on that team? Not
Right now,
no.
right now, I hate to say it, but it would have been Ortiz.
Well, yeah.
It would have been, but I don't know right now. Let me get
All right,
a
throw
little
him
thought.
out of the equation. Who else on that
I
team?
know as a leader.
Like can go in the clubhouse and talk with these guys and get them to pay.
The only one, and I always liked him as a ball player too, is Cody Ross. I just like his kind of mannerism of
now
on
he's
the
a
camera.
brand spanking new.
But he's a veteran though.
Yeah.
He's a veteran. He's had the wars. Matter of fact, I hate to say who he used to play for at one time. but I don't know, because it's a good question. Because I mean, if Ortiz wasn't hurt, because he's not.
No, but think about it.
Who else? You're right.
Your
So
third
you
base-
tell me then. If
your
you don't
third
agree with
baseman,
Ross, I
no.
give you who I thought.
Your third baseman? No.
No.
Your
He
shortstop?
got it.
No.
Regular third baseman.
Although, one guy who I would bring back next year? Poseidon.
Poseidon. I don't
Fourth
know.
outfielder.
I don't know what they think of him because they got rid of him already once this year.
Yeah, but the guy's hitting well over 300.
I don't disagree with
He
what you're
can
saying.
run like the wind.
But the Red Sox, they let him go already.
Yeah, but they
So
brought him right back as soon as they could.
As soon as they could, maybe it was one. But we'll see next year.
No, but I mean,
back to who's the leader?
but
You haven't
he's
given me
done
a leader
nothing
yet.
to say he doesn't deserve a major league spot.
Right, and I said it when
later-
they traded him, or let him go. That I
Yeah,
said
I
it
did like it.
right here. I said it right there that he was a better ball player, and now maybe he'll get a better chance with another team. Well, it didn't come true on what I said of a better team. He ends up coming back with the
Yeah.
Sox and showing that he is a decent ball
No,
player.
I-
Because now, didn't I say that?
I pay him. He isn't going to cost a lot of money. He's being, say, compare him to Darnell McDonald as your fourth outfielder. No comparison. Much better player. So I signed him. I didn't even give him 2 years.
What do you do with Kalish? He's like a ping pong ball.
Yeah, no.
That poor kid.
He's back up.
He's back up again.
Yeah.
He was. I happened to watch Pawtucket on TV the other
Well-
day. He was in Pawtucket playing. The next thing I know, he's back in the
Playing
Sox.
last night.
He's a ping.
Yeah,
They
cool.
always have a ping pong guy.
They blew another one last night too. Guess-
So I watched it till about the 8th inning, and I went to bed.
Yeah.
And that was like close to 12:30, 1 o'clock.
They were heading 5-4. They lost 6-5.
Yeah.
A 7.
What about the tantrum he pulled? Do you think it was legit, in your opinion?
Well, we don't know what he did.
He pulled a tantrum. Well, what I've read.
It's happened in a clubhouse, I think.
He didn't get into I don't know the situation, it was Friday night though, that it was an opportunity for him to come in and save the game, we're going to say.
Yeah.
And he didn't put him in. Valentine didn't put him in at all. He went in and complained, and actually, probably the way I read it, in between the lines, and didn't try to hide it, he had probably an argument with Valentine. Stormed out of there, slammed, just like the paper said, 2 doors. So he must have said something. Now, say he just, what do you think that done? Say that was exactly true. What's his status of next? He's the one who blew the game last night. But I have to look at the box score. Remember I told you I stayed up last night?
Yeah.
I thought they brought him in about the 7th inning.
No. 8.
Somebody come in and say, okay, that's what I said. I didn't want to doubt myself. I thought he came in the 7th. If he came in the 8th, okay, and he lost it in the 9th. I saw the 9th inning on replay.
No, Buckholz went 7.
Buckholz did go 7. Okay, yes. and then he came in the 8th. Did the 8th and the 9th.
Apparently.
Yeah, apparently, because I went over
But
in
I was surprised at
Well, he
that.
had rest.
Well, yeah,
He had rest,
But-
right?
but I would've,
Since Thursday,
but
because
I
he
would
didn't
have
play that.
thought, you know, he would have used Bailey too, but I don't
Well,
know.
but what do you think of him then?
Bailey?
Overall, no. It's
Oh, the seventh
yeah, Sebas. What
Yeah,
his
he's hurt.
future? His
hurt
future.
himself this year.
Because he's done his job over the whole course of the year for the past job the Red Sox have in the bullpen. You know,
I'd give him a C plus, B minus,
no, I'd give him definitely a B minus at least. I
but,
wouldn't go with a C. But
I mean, you
but-
don't wanna go into next year with him being close.
no, but a reliever. No, that's what I meant.
Yeah, he
No, Bailey, right?
Yeah, I mean, he's only been in a few games, hard to
Right.
know.
His year is wasted except for getting himself acclimated to start
But, you know,
pitching
get back
again.
to the leaders though, I mean, there isn't anybody, Ellsbury,
There isn't
no,
anybody, no.
anybody. Now, would you still trade Ellsbury?
I love Ellsbury.
I do too, but
I like all his tools.
the thing is, I don't think he is ever gonna even come close to duplicating what he did last year. But what I still love
He's into his contract, right?
is
So he's
he
looking,
can save you runs in the field.
and he can get you runs with his legs too.
And-
At bat.
But I don't know that this guy is a 300 hitter.
Well, there again, I
I
think we
Really
don't.
don't think he's a 30 home run guy.
I think he had, other than home runs, he has all the other tools,
Yeah, but
and he's made for center field at Fenway.
he's fragile,
Well,
and
there again.
I'm almost no.
Do
If
we
somebody offered
Do
him,
we have this argument on the fragile part?
I don't know,
Did
but
you start the clock this
no.
time?
but you watch.
Well, it was roughly,
But if somebody offered me,
I'd have to get something from him, I'm sorry.
oh well, yes.
Get me something
No,
better.
you no prospects for him.
Even 1 for 1. If you gave me an established start,
All right, let me ask you this. You know,
pitcher,
you know Felix Hernandez with the Mariners.
yeah, they'd never give him up for that.
What if you
Not
gave?
just him.
What if you gave Ellsbury and a quality pitcher?
Where?
Well, there's still
By the Red Sox?
Buchholz and Lester. Lackey,
That's what he said, where?
coming off of Tommy John surgery. They say a lot of times they're stronger when they come back from that.
Yeah, that's why Crawford's gonna come back.
But
But you're right. I mean, you've never knocked Crawford, I'll give you that credit. But, no, that'd have to be a sweet pot. What is Hernandez's status in Seattle of, can they lose him by just his contract?
no, I think he's still signed for a couple. more
That's
years.
what I'm saying. So Seattle, you know,
But Seattle,
Seattle is a city
they're
that
such
if
a,
I was a Seattle fan, I would probably shoot myself. Do you want to see
the
a
only
Rod?
time they have anywhere near respectable attendance is when Hernandez pitches.
Yeah, but no, if you took their roster in the last 10 years of what they've given up,
Yeah. Well, I mean, offensively, they are like watching a minor league team.
I mean, start with Rodriguez. I mean,
Well, they couldn't compete with that kind of money.
no, well, this is it. They just have somebody to keep them until it comes to that they demand money, then they get rid of them.
Well,
If I was a Seattle Mariner fan,
but Minnesota does that to a degree, so doesn't even Oakland.
yeah, you're right. Oakland's gone back to Moneyball again, and it's working again this year. But the trouble with Moneyball, it'll work, but it's not a longevity system.
No, but Minnesota, it's the same deal. They'll give a good contract to
Yeah.
a couple of players.
Right.
That's about it.
But you look at the pitcher they let go, Nathan,
Yeah,
and he's with Texas now.
yeah.
Texas, that's another team we can touch. We won't touch, but I'm just saying, you're talking about, all I was saying with the Seattle Mariners, if you look at their roster in the last 10 years of the players they've gotten, let go because of payroll or whatever,
Yeah.
they would have had a dominate, if they had money.
Well, they don't. That's the problem.
Well, they say they have no money. Who owns them?
Some Japanese guy.
Nintendo.
Oh.
Don't tell me Nintendo's got no money.
Well, they choose not.
He's squeezing that, they're squeezing that dollar bill into the, you know, like when you're poor, when you go to those
They
nightclubs.
choose not to spend it.
That's right.
But,
That's right, they own it, they sell their players, they're buying.
Yeah.
I
Well,
wouldn't
look at
even
years
put
and-
Minnesota with Seattle,
look at years and years ago.
you know?
I mean, a number of years ago, but you're well old enough to remember this.
Yeah.
Kansas City was like a farm
For the
team
Yankees.
for the Yankees.
Roger Maris came
Kansas
from there.
City had a few good players, the Yankees would give them some crap.
It was a joke.
Yeah.
Everybody knew it.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't even like hidden, you know, I mean, to a
No,
point.
they had like a major league team developing players.
What was worse with them was it was Kansas City when you played for Kansas City, an American League team, and if you did well, you got an upgrade to the Yankees. You didn't go to anybody else though.
No.
It's like you just said, it was their farm system. At least Seattle spreads their
Yes,
voice.
they do.
You know, it's just like, hey, Texas, we'll develop a player for you. In 4 years, when you want them, we'll sell them to you.
But you know, I give
But you're
Texas credit, and I guess Nolan Ryan, I think he's pulling the strings there.
Yeah, he's changed that.
It wasn't that long ago that team pitching was atrocious. They couldn't get their way out of a wet paper bag.
You don't get an owner that's a Hall of Fame pitcher and not have a mentality of pitching.
No, but I mean, they
That's
got
what they did.
a big turnaround in a relatively short time with that pitching.
Yes, yes.
Just with the pitching staff.
Where is big oil money there? I mean, he bought into the team no different than
I
Magic
don't know
Johnson did
whether-
with the Dodgers. A lot of it, I remember a doctor, a pediatrician telling me one time, I worked for part-time, when it comes to money,
Mhm.
he said, Paul, I don't have any money. So I'm rich as heck, but I don't have any actual money. But he said, if I go to the bank, and they know what I do for a living, I can just write a check.
Yeah.
Anything I want. Now, your Magic Johnsons and Nolan Ryans, I'm sure they financially are better off than you and I.
Oh,
But-
I imagine they are.
But so when you go and get these loans, it's their security is their stature, and they get, you know, kind of what I was trying to say.
Yeah, well, they have,
Because when Nolan bought in, he's not the sole owner.
well, no.
He's one of the primary owners.
But, you know, there's a lot of people that, you know, are behind the scenes, but they're
Yeah.
also the money people.
Yeah, yeah. And he might have had some money. And he is definitely, I think he's the president, though. You know,
Yeah.
I think he's the president.
Yeah.
He wasn't at first, though, I don't think, when they first took it over. I don't think. And there again, we don't have our engineer checking this stuff on a computer like the radio guys. You know, oh yeah. But his notoriety, he got him in there, just like Magic Johnson and the Dodgers.
Yeah.
I'm only saying that the stars, not the team.
Yeah.
Not the team. Same with Nolan Ryan, but now once he got in there, he might have started going to these board of directors meetings, CEO meetings, and said, look, you want a team, this is what we've got to do. And like you say, in a short relative time, without us having the engineer look it up, 5-6 years?
Tops.
Yeah, 5-6 years. I mean, this is all, and
Yeah.
this is all
I mean,
time.
they often been able to hit. It's just they could never pitch.
Well, they get 10 runs, give up 12.
But now,
Yeah.
geez, you know, they've got it going both ways.
You know,
So,
but
the Reds, I would trade Ellsbury for the right deal.
well, I said,
Problem is, there's nobody to replace him on that team.
well,
You don't find the combination of the speed, the defense. There aren't too many of those.
I want a pitcher for Ellsbury. When you asked me to trade, I
Yeah.
want a pitcher for him. I want a front line. I want a front line pitcher.
Yeah,
That's a
definitely.
starter for somebody, and I don't mean the fourth starter either.
No,
One,
gotta
number
be-
1 or 2 starter for
Gotta be at
somebody.
least the number 2.
1 or 2. In a one-on-one trade, I'd settle for that if they get rid of Ellsbury. Yeah, but I hoodwinked. If Seattle did that, just one-on-one, that would even make
No,
a
that-
shame of your statement you made
No, that,
of the Dodgers.
no, it's gonna take more than that to pry Felix out of there, but boy, that guy is a fine.
I've seen him.
I mean, there aren't many.
I saw him the game pitch. There again, there's so much. If you follow your cable networks, you got Major League Baseball, ESPN, ESPN2. There's always a game on someplace. I happened to watch him pitch the game before he pitched a no-hitter.
Yeah.
He was phenomenal.
No, I mean, he's right there pretty much with Verlander as far as I'm concerned.
Well, the Verlanders has
Just you
a
never
little.
hear about him because he's pitching for Seattle. They never on TV.
You're right, Alex Rodriguez there again. And a lot of these other Seattle players.
Ken Griffey Jr. was there.
Ken Griffey Jr., excuse me, how can you forget him? But you're right. But because of they get the notoriety, but they don't get it like the exposure, like, you know,
Well, the thing too is, you know, Rodriguez and Griffey were everyday players.
Yeah.
Or Hernandez, it's every fifth day.
But
And
if I can guarantee
Seattle
every
is
10 days I'm getting a big, I can get a big one out at least. Put it this way, that's even saying, I was saying 10 days if he's pitching twice, I guarantee a win. We'll say every 3 times he pitches, I guarantee 2 wins.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Oh yeah. No,
In 15 days, in other words, they can give me 2 victories in 15 days.
the guy is,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
I mean, he won a Cy Young one year with a 13-12 record.
Yes, yes.
But it shows you with the voters,
Well,
they overlooked the record
there again,
because of the team he
you
was
always
on.
bring up things that click in my mind. And I'm sorry, I told you know who I am, but it's a lot of times on statistics, I remember things. Just what you said, you're right, 100%. They looked at his ERA that year that he had. What was his record?
13-12.
13 and 12. There was a Dodger pitcher back in the 60s, 13 and 13. Went in for a contract, and the Dodgers said to him, "Hey, you got a 13 and 13 record." He said, "Whoa, time out. Look at my ERA, it's 2.5. Claude Osteen.
Oh yeah.
He was a lefty that looked like Gomer Pyle.
Yeah.
Okay?
Oh yeah, I remember that.
And there again, I don't want to offend anybody that I bring up scenarios with the Dodgers. I'm not ashamed of it, but I see that. But exactly,
You don't have to worry about offending
no,
anybody.
13 and 13. But his ERA was under 3. They gave him what he wanted that year. They gave, but that was the era too that they had 2 other guys.
So how much time we got left?
We started a little about 7 past. Okay?
The second time?
Yeah.
Okay.
And they had a little
Well, let me just ask you,
Drysdale and Koufax were on the same team.
let me just ask you, you know, it's kind of getting back, you know, in a roundabout
The
way.
trade?
Yeah,
Oh.
now, what do you think about the local media, Paul?
Me?
Yeah,
You know, I can't stand the local media. I watched Sunday night, you asked me, you baited me. Sunday night, first thing come out of this local newspaper in the city of Boston. Called one guy a whiner, your friend Beckett, I can't even say what he really said about him, he didn't swear or anything, but all negative. And Crawford, he didn't have anything good to say. There's this sports writer.
all right, so that's one guy.
No. It's got to be the newspaper he works for, and I don't have to say
Well,
it
they
because
don't
you've had that
Well, they don't,
opinion with somebody else in that same newspaper.
I'm sure they don't censor him.
No, they don't get censored. He says his opinion without. He just comes off his cuff. His problem, his big sport is the sport that I hate, is basketball. That's what his problem is.
This guy with curly hair?
Yeah, right.
With the initials DS?
It could be. Sure.
So it's
Some-
Dan Shaughnessy, maybe.
Yeah. You know, can we get in trouble for saying stuff like that? Okay. But I just really got mad. The show opened up with you know, the local sports at 11:30 at night. They every Sunday, all the 3 networks, channels 4, 5, and 7, have a little special sports at the end. They always have an extra half hour.
Yeah, on Sunday.
The host didn't just about say, "Well, what do you think?" And he just said, he just slammed Gonzalez of being a whiner. What is this? What are these sports? What do they got for the knowledge of what a good ball player is?
Well,
Because they get free tickets to
they're-
go.
I don't think they get free.
Oh, they get to go for nothing. Maybe
Well,
they're paper
well, they
paid.
get the access to the clubhouse.
Right.
And
And they kiss certain people's butts.
so that's one guy. If you don't like it, don't watch it.
I did. I clicked it after he was done talking.
Oh, but you listen to him.
I couldn't help it. I had it on. I had it on. My dog probably had the remote. Then
So-
I put
so
it to
this-
I put it to channels, the another channel. There's 3 of them I can pick from. Actually, I don't even know why I watch them, because every time I watch them, I have to email you with what they say negative. You know?
So,
So, yeah, I've got no
so
love.
one guy,
I'm a Ted Williams fan.
so one guy says something that you disagree with.
Oh, no,
And
no.
so now you're
No,
saying
no, no,
the
no, no,
whole media,
Yeah. The one guy recently just said it. No, no, no. Pick up your Boston papers, and it's a 50-50 odds. There's going to be at least one article in there negative about somebody in the Boston sports.
so they're
And
doing
so-
their job.
They're not.
They're
They're
expressing,
nothing but little old lady gossipers.
they were
That's all
expressing
they are.
their
Yeah. And with the, and I,
American
Yeah.
right of free
yeah,
speech.
that's right. And I'm expressing mine. That I said that those guys got it made. They go to ball games for nothing. They tell you how, you know, they don't.
Get free food too.
Free food. I got upstairs one time in there. That's nothing to brag about at Fenway. I've been in there.
I used to go.
I've been in there upstairs in their press box area, that where they go and sit. And I sat right with them guys, you know, meaning they were in the same room. I was with someone who has a pass to go in there. Nothing different than a glorified cafeteria. You know, I mean, those press box, not the press box, those luxury boxes, that's different. I'm talking about like when you say the press and you and I. You know, the room was maybe 2 or 3 sizes of this, but it's all cafeteria stuff. It wasn't like you sat there and you had a napkin and you had.
Well, no, but still.
So, It's just fast food stuff.
I used to go to, when I was out in
I
Western
can imagine
Mass,
what it was. No, right.
used to go to UMass.
Well, then they used to shoot the cow first, and then they brought it up.
No,
Then-
no.
then-
But no, we had, I used to get media passes from UMass, I could go to any sporting event.
yeah.
And,
My college education,
But
I
the-
sent my kid there.
but the-
paid for that.
but the best ones were basketball and football, because they fed you.
Yeah.
And,
Baseball, they were glad you showed up.
no, yeah, but football was good, you know, they'd bring up nice hot meals, and at
Yeah.
halftime they'd bring
Oh,
up hot dogs.
I paid good money for you.
Thank you,
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, those 4 years.
Yeah,
my
and I
kid
did
did.
used to get to sit courtside at
Yeah.
basketball, and, you know, up in the press box during football.
My son was going there when Billy Bulger was running the school.
No, this was after Bulger was out of it.
Yeah. They
But,
just built the Mullins.
yeah,
That was they
Bulger was probably.
Canby got that built. Him
Yeah.
and Calabria.
Calipari, yeah.
Calabria.
Yeah, no, Bulger was, you know, too busy stuffing his pockets with
Yeah.
state money, but, you didn't hear it here. But, just kidding, Bill,
Yeah.
how's Whitey? What-
You know Billy Bulger. I went to the graduation.
His graduation?
No, Billy, my son's
Yeah.
graduation in '96. He was a speaker.
Yeah,
I'm going to tell you.
he's probably good.
Good. He's talking. And do you know what I was doing?
Digging into your wallet?
Exactly. He has me so mesmerized that I reached in my wallet and I was like a quarter of a mile away from him. I was ready to give him whatever he wanted. He was so, and I'm not a booze drinker like Jay, you know, whiskey. He smooth talker.
Oh, yeah, well,
Oh!
he was Senate president for how
Oh.
long?
But I enjoyed that. I never forget that. And that's the truth. I didn't make that up. I felt like I wanted to reach in my wallet.
Wow,
You know, but I said, I gave you enough for 4 years.
yeah,
And saying, now that I know you've got free food on me,
yeah, yeah.
we got a little less than 5 minutes.
Okay, but, so your take on the Boston media is that they're
There was,
too
you know, I
harsh?
hate to say it's
Too
like,
harsh?
I sometimes say things I shouldn't have said or mean 100%. It's not all of the media. It's not all. It's just like small.
Well, see,
It's like Fenway Park fans.
you get upset about the clowns that go off on players.
I get off.
When you feel it's unnecessary.
Yeah, when it's unnecessary. And the one thing I don't like, and I've seen it year after year after year, and I know you disagree with me, when someone leaves Boston,
Yeah,
9 out of 10. Andrew, I know you said you weren't one of them, and that was for Andrew because Andrew
Yeah.
saw my Facebook and said that he can do it. 9 out of 10 times when these guys leave, most of those guys they leave, there's always some writer in the big paper, not the local yokel, will have to throw a knock. All this good that the guy did, they'll always bring up the bad. And that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, well, it's the old "what have you done for me lately" thing.
Well, same with him.
See, but I
don't buy that paper anyway.
see. I feel
You think
similar for an opposite reason.
Right, you
I
think they
think
kiss
there's
their
some
butts.
that won't say anything bad about them because they don't want to lose that literally free lunch
Yeah.
that they get it
Yeah.
in the game. They don't want to jeopardize the fact that they have access to certain players
Yeah.
and management. So consequently, they will sugarcoat everything and never say anything negative. And to me, that's just as bad going the other way because they're not objective either.
I can't argue with you on
You
that.
know? Oh, come on, argue with
No,
me.
I can't
Come on,
argue.
come on!
No, because you're right, but that's
Right,
not,
no,
but it's
right.
like you use the thing and saying that's your job, in this case like that, that's life. They
Yeah, but that's not their job. They
it,
kiss ass?
yeah, they want to be
That's
able,
not-
they want to go in that clubhouse and everybody thinks they're their buddy.
That's not telling it.
They'll tell it like it is.
Yeah, at least the guys who are,
But you gotta have basis for it. Don't just do it because they left Boston. That's what my complaint is. And I don't have that engineer to go and look up all this stuff. They do it all the time.
they do it, they leave, why do they leave Boston? They leave Boston for money.
Some guys just can't take Boston. Like Renteria, we're gonna have to close
Well,
up pretty good.
well, they-
Renteria, he was the type of, he's a good ball player, good shortstop, but he didn't fit into Boston. Boston's not a big city, you know.
I know.
New York, Los Angeles, I don't even comparable, Chicago is the same
Well,
size
when
as
you're talking
Boston.
Boston, you're talking the fans and the media.
I'm talking the city size that you can't go anywhere and they know you. You go to something like New York, you could walk down Main Street. Them fans,
Yeah.
they could care less. I'm saying LA's the
Well, that's
same
because
way.
they're busy shooting each other, you know. They don't have
Yeah,
time to
yeah,
know.
so they shoot everything. Don't start shooting now. I mean, New York, you're talking, get cable TV and start watching these other cities, Chicago. Get other cities. This happens everywhere. We're gonna brag about.
Well, Springfield.
Yeah, right.
I mean, Springfield's,
Worcester.
they're killing each other on a regular basis.
That's life. Well, I don't know, we never did hit my, I wanted to say something to Patriots, but we haven't got any time, you know, Randy.
Football draft tonight from the fantasy league. I am all jacked.
You gonna cut, how many guys in your fantasy league?
There's 6 teams.
6? Good.
Yeah.
What are you gonna be, seventh?
Floor.
But
No,
you gonna
it's
come in
6.
7th?
No, gotta be an odd, it's gotta be an even number. No,
No, I
I'm
mean,
gonna show these guys,
oh,
first time in fantasy football, I'm gonna show them how to, pick a goddamn.
good luck.
Yeah, man, I know. I don't know what I'm talking about. Anyways, hey, hope you enjoyed the show. We're gonna be back, same time, same place, next week. And, I'm sure we'll get into more of the Patriots because we're actually gonna know what to make of
I
that
did
team
play
is.
tonight.
Yeah, and they still gotta cut,
That was, yeah,
let's see,
they cut Stallworth.
well, it surprised me more as Gaffney.
He's hurt.
Is that what it is? Maybe you
Sure.
can bring him back.
Yeah,
But,
that was 2 on my list too.
but we'll know, what the final makeup
Yeah,
of
a
the
little
team
bit
is.
more.
And, again, thanks, please, check out our underwriters, and, we'll see you in a week. Take care.
Okay, have a good day.
125 years and still teaching the world to sing, Coca-Cola Bottling Company of Cape Cod is proud to support the Dukes of Sports. Some of the products offered by Coca-Cola that you can enjoy are Dasani Water, Powerade, Minute Maid Juices, Vitamin Water, Fuse, V8, and Honest Tea.
With 15 offices from the Canal to Provincetown, our experienced and professional agents get the job done, whether you are buying or selling. We also offer summer vacation rentals and can assist in mortgage financing, serving the most buyers and sellers across the entire Cape. Check us out at kinlandgrover.com.
Heritage Floor Covering supports the Dukes of Sports and has a spacious and extensive showroom to browse through. Cheryl and Russell are fully insured and offer free estimates. We sell the best and you pay less. 508-833-7600.
The Sagamore Inn is pleased to support the Dukes of Sports. Feel free to visit our website, SagamoreInnCapeCod.com, for our full menu, catering, and directions. Ask us how you can get a free meal on your next birthday. 508-888-9707.
Dr. Leslie Harmon of Sandwich Animal Hospital, 508-888-2774, gladly supports the Dukes of Sports. We offer lifetime care for dogs, cats, birds, reptiles, rabbits, and more with an on-site diagnostic laboratory, complete pharmacy, medical diets, microchipping, professional grooming, and flea bath appointments. 508-888-8225.
Sandwich Car Wash, Route 130, also does detailing. Express detail in half an hour or less while you wait, or the works by appointment at 508-833-1522, where you can arrange to use Bubbles, our courtesy car. Gift cards available as well. Make a unique gift.